Hey guys, good morning from the street in front of the National Cathedral. I was out here last night taking pictures of the aurora. It was actually quite neat. And I'll probably be doing that again later tonight. I haven't quite figured out my schedule yet. One thing I do know is that I have nothing important to do today except eat lunch. So let's just take a bike and ride down and get some lunch. I'm gonna go down to Georgetown, I think. Maybe we'll find something going on while we're riding around. This building on the right is the Alban Towers. This used to be like quite the luxury. I think it was a hotel or like a condominium or something like that. All sorts of famous singers and actors in the 1930s stayed at that place. Also the commander of the Japanese carrier, the Hiryu, which was sunk in Midway. He lived there when he was the naval attaché to the Japanese embassy. And Herbert Hoover thought he was a spy, which he probably was. He went back to Japan and helped plan the attack on Pearl Harbor, then commanded the Hiryu into Midway, and went down with his ship. Oh well, such is life. There's a Cybertruck. See a few of those in the neighborhood every now and then. We got a red light, which I should probably stop for. Yeah? Red. All right, we're stopped. Look at this. All right, the cop ran the red light. I'm stopped at a red light. The cop isn't. He's not on a call. Here we go. Annoying. All right, let's go down this way. So that little brick building there on the left, that one isn't really a house. Yeah, that's a power station, like a substation or something. He's got like big signs saying, "Stay the heck away from this building." And if you open the door, all you see are like big control panels for electrical transformers and stuff. It's not a real house, just designed to look that way. And while we're on the subject of fake houses, the one on the left over there, it's an actual house. It's just been rented or owned, I'm not sure, by the FBI. That is the FBI spy house of Washington, D.C., that brick one right there, everybody knows it. And it's designed to be right across from this building, the Russian embassy. So there's the Russians, and there are their FBI minders on the other side. Also, if you look around, there's tons of cameras up on the street poles here. Not only is there an annoying speed camera, which I don't like, but there's lots of like nondescript black cameras with like 3 or 4 different units looking in every direction. It's kind of like, it's sus. It's pretty sus. All right, let's go down this back road, yeah? Woo. This is the Glover Park neighborhood. It's like North Georgetown. It's where I go to Rocklands. You guys know I like Rocklands. And this is a little market where I'm told underage kids can buy alcohol, but I'm not sure. It also gets robbed every now and then. Because, you know, it's DC. Chipotle, where my son seems to live at least once or twice a week. Let's go down through this neighborhood. So we're on 37th Street, making our way. We're gonna back door into the Georgetown campus. That's a stop sign, and I know a lot of you are gonna be like, "You're running stop signs, you're running stop signs." No, DC allows what's called an Idaho stop for bicycles. That means I can treat the stop sign like a yield sign, and as long as I don't see any cars and I don't have to stop, which is pretty darn cool. Where are we at? We're going to like 37th and R, I think, which is right here. Or S. What is it? Q, R, S, yeah. You gotta remember the alphabet to get around DC sometimes. Yeah, we're gonna go to R Street. So back during the Cold War, there was an American trader who was selling secrets to the Russians. He was working for the Russians. And the signal to indicate to the Russians that he had information was a mailbox, which used to be right over there on that corner. And he would come over here in the morning and, sorry, I'm falling off my bike. And he would leave a mark on the mailbox. Yeah? You see this picture? That's him. So he'd leave a mark on the mailbox, and then his Russian handler, while he was driving to work, would see the mark and he would know that there was some information that he needed to collect. That was their signal, the hidden mail. Now they moved the mailbox. It's actually about 2 blocks up the street now. And the original mailbox, I think, is in the Spy Museum. Yeah, here it is. Aldrich Ames. Ames, a former counterintelligence officer for the CIA, spied for the Soviets for a decade before being caught. He used a mailbox located at the northeast corner of this intersection, just right over there, to signal his Russian handlers. Pretty cool. Anyway, fun things you can see in the city. Where are we at? Let's come back here. So like these little townhouses back here, these are easily like $1 million, $1.2 million for the old ones. And then the newer ones can be like $1.5 million or something like that. This is a running track. I think it's like a training track for Georgetown. I think it's owned by the university. And then they can go out and play. Because we're right across from the university now. The Georgetown University Hospital is just up ahead. And they just, they've renovated this whole area. I haven't actually biked through this area since the renovations were complete. I guess they're complete. So I'm honestly not sure which way to go. Tell you what though, let's find out. So the medical school's down there, and then these are the hospital units, the hospital buildings. This is massive nowadays. MedStar, Georgetown University Hospital. Used to be like one building, now it's like 4. And we can cut back through here. And let's go on to the campus. Yeah, this used to be a parking lot. Okay, I know where I am now. This used to be a road. Now it's the emergency room of the hospital. And is that a new building or is that being renovated? I think that's a new building. I think there was a building there and then maybe they just renovating it. Maybe like another hotel or the dorm. This building up ahead is like the student campus union, where they would go for like, I think there's a Chick-fil-A in here and the bookstores in here, stuff like that. Another detour. Wow, smells like trash back here. Trash and sewage. I think we can cut up this sidewalk and get onto the main campus and then cut across the main campus. Hopefully there's not a staircase at the end of this. A little weirder stuff has happened. Yeah, we can make it. Or Matt. Up here is the main campus bulletin board where they advertise parties and clubs and protests and just about everything else. The Gaza lecture series, Know Your Rights on Reproduction, Prayer for Peace. This is like, these are like the names of people who died in Gaza. Resist, exist, yeah. Lots of protest stuff. Yep, they're writing stuff on chalk. Oh, looks like there's some food out here. Some sort of, it's not a campus unless there's food lying around for students. All right, we're on the main campus. This is one of the dorms here on the right. I think this is a freshman dorm, if I remember. And there's some beautiful trees here. You can just come out and hang out on the campus. There's a it's 1:15 or whatever it is, 2:15. Yeah, there's a tour group over there wandering about. Boy, they really are renovating the lawn. And then these buildings here, these are dorms on the right. I think these are for upperclassmen, more like suite living. And they've got like their own courtyard for parties. Can get a bit crazy. Oh, there's a car coming at me. Up here, we're going to take a right here. And this is the Trinity School, Holy Trinity. It's like a K through 8 Catholic school, I think. And then over here is Holy Trinity Church. This is where Joe Biden goes to church And I think he might actually go to church tomorrow if he's in DC. We might come and stake it out. We'll see. We got the light. We're doing all right. This is Weissmiller's Deli. All the students come here for buying like junk food and stuff. And then the Tombs, a legendary pub in Georgetown. Don't come to Georgetown and not go to the Tombs. You gotta go to the Tombs. That is the Exorcist house where they filmed the movie The Exorcist, 3600 Prospect, and then down there is the Exorcist Steps. But we're not gonna see them today, we'll wait till Halloween. It's more fun to go on Halloween. All right, let's cut through Georgetown in our quest to find something to eat. For those of you who went to college and got some sort of financial aid, perhaps possibly even a Pell Grant, that was named after Senator Claiborne Pell, and he lived right here in this White House. So if you got a Pell Grant in college, you owe it to that senator right there. He's gone now. He's a Republican from Rhode Island, if I remember. That was a long time ago, wasn't it? And cars. Let's just keep going. That was fun. What can we see down here? A lot of these buildings are owned by the university, and the students live in them. It was sort of the university decided to buy it so that they wouldn't be taken advantage of by unscrupulous landlords, and so they could sort of improve, they could police the students from being total and complete obnoxious college students to being just regular. So we're going to walk through someone's thing here. Someone's doing a vlog. And then right up here, this line that you see, this is Georgetown Cupcake. For those of you who watched the Learning Channel's show, it was about this cupcake place. Georgetown Cupcake has its own reality TV show. It's very popular. Cupcakes, on the other hand, they're pretty expensive. All right, let's keep going this way. Back onto M Street. Let's go play in traffic. So this is where I have my nightmare. Somebody's going to open a car door. Or change lanes at the last moment like that guy just did up there. Oh, we got cops up here. Were we coming down here to eat? Yeah, I think that was the purpose. Kind of forgot about that. Let's go find some food. Let's go right on red. That's 90-second pizza. That actually is not bad. I could get a pizza. I don't know if I feel like a pizza today, though. We'll just go all the way down to the waterfront. Sweet Green is a salad place. It's actually a chain. They got them in New York now. It started in Georgetown by a couple college kids who wanted a healthy alternative to junk food, and now it's like $1 billion company. I think they're actually valued at over $1 billion. I mean, if you want like a $18 salad, it's, you know, that's probably your best place. All right, this is art, also and a fountain, which is kind of cool. I could ride through it, but it's cold today, so let's skip that. We are on the Potomac River now, here in Georgetown. That's Virginia over on the other side. Well, the other side technically is Roosevelt Island, that's in the district, but the city back there, that's Virginia. Now on the boardwalk. Man playing accordion music like he's from France or something, I don't know. That's the Whitehurst Freeway up there. That's a bypass freeway to get you around Georgetown. Problem is it's usually as backed up as the city streets are in Georgetown. Oof. And then this building is the Washington Harbor Complex, a very expensive building. Home to one Nancy Pelosi. Yeah, Nancy Pelosi lives here in a very expensive condominium somewhere up on the upper decks. A lot of other big money, like diplomats and stuff, living in this building. It's not cheap. I've seen prices like $5 million. What are all this? Is it all this Halloween stuff? That's kind of funky. Let's take a look at this. Beetlejuice. Skeletons. Minions. Nightmare in Georgetown. This is the Redskins. Yeah, or whatever they're called now, Commanders. Yeah, so they're all dolled up for Halloween here. We got dragons too. I wonder if they're gonna have like a haunted house or something. This is an alley, I think. Yeah, it works. This pops us up by the Swedish Embassy, or the House of Sweden, which is not an IKEA, but is a place the Swedish Embassy runs. Oh, wow, look at this. They're cleaning up the floodgates. So these are the floodgates that are buried. Actually, I'm just driving them over right there. Those things in the ground, those are floodgates that pop up to protect this structure. And it looks like they're replacing some of the floodgates. They've gotten a bit of usage lately. It's had a lot of rain in the last couple of weeks. And then this whole area also has floodgates that can pop up and protect everything. All right, let's go this way. Maybe we're gonna eat in George Washington today. Paddle boat rentals, canoe rentals, whatever you want, right over here on the right. You can even rent rowing shells if you know how to row, which I do not. Oof. Where should we go? Straight, left, right? I don't know. That over there is the big homeless encampment. Remember they showed you a couple months ago they closed out the homeless encampment at 20th and E over by George Washington. Well, they just moved down here. It's basically whack-a-mole. Every time they close a camp, another one pops up. That's some anti-Trump graffiti somebody put up, and no one's taken down. It's been there for a while. Not sure why. All right, Watergate Hotel on my right. Former Howard Johnson's on my left. Now it's like a luxury condo. And the Washington Monument way off in the distance. Can you see it? At the end of the street. There it is. All right, let's go cut through GW or something. Okay. Cross traffic does not stop. That means you don't have to stop. Yep. We are back at 24th and G. That is a church that serves as a homeless shelter. Gets a little busy towards dinner time. Some people singing. Not sure they know they're singing, but they are. 24th and H Street. This is the center of the earth. I've shown you this a couple times. This is the American meridian back in the 1800s. This is where the United States divided the earth into an Atlantic and Pacific. Now, eventually, we gave up this meridian that I'm stepping on there and accepted Greenwich as the meridian. But for a while, this was the center of the earth. Yeah, as far as the United States is concerned, Foggy Bottom was the center of the earth. The reason it was there is because the old Naval Observatory used to be on that line. The old Naval Observatory is down to my right on Navy Hill, next to the State Department. So they picked that as a good line to set the center of the earth. All right. How are these lights looking? Kind of green. Okay, we're now on the campus of George Washington University. Cutting through the Student Center over here. They do have a Chick-fil-A here, I know. I think. And we also have the food court that we eat at quite a bit. Maybe we'll get some pizza here. And on my right is the university yard. This is where the Gaza protests were last year. As you can see, they're still fenced in. They're probably going to remain fenced in throughout the school year. They don't want a repeat of what happened last year. Up ahead, you see a car going the wrong way on a one-way street. And I guess that happens. He's figured it out now. You know what I haven't had in a while? Five Guys. I haven't had a Five Guys in like 2 months. Don't know why. I've just been busy or had other options, I guess. So let's Let's go to the nearest White House Five Guys. We'll have to just cut across the White House lawn, or White House park. And then we'll dump the bike and get ourselves a tasty burger. Pretty good merge. All right, we're in Pennsylvania Avenue, 18th in Pennsylvania. And once we get to 17th, we start the White House complex. And when it gets to 16th, I think it's basically closed. Truck is going to come right in front of me, isn't he? Yep. You know what? Might be easier on that side of the street. Okay, let's go into the White House complex. If you saw my video from earlier today, we did go for a walk on the White House South Lawn. We're still cleared credentials to go into the White House, but there's no event worth covering today. This is Blair House, this one on the white. This is the guest house for the White House. And then up here we've got the big ugly riot fence. And this riot fence is going to be up until March for the construction that's going on here for the inauguration. So
you got to go around.
we can go around a bit. I don't want to jump the curb there. All these buildings over here on Jackson Place are basically owned by the government. Teddy Roosevelt used to live here for like 6 months. This one's 736 Jackson Place. He lived here while this house was being renovated. That's the White House Historical Association offices, and that's their conference center and one of their stores. They have that new one, the People's House, that I took you to earlier in the week. Let's swing down this road. Lafayette Park, all fenced up, even got porta potties. Kind of a zoo here. A lot of tourists at the fence line. You know, they really could have a half fence for now. They don't need a full 8-footer. Let's race the bus, race the car. Woohoo! Only bus, but there's a bicycle symbol. That means I can go here too. So the bus lanes and the bike lanes are shared, which means I won't get hit by a car in this bus only lane, but I will get hit by a bus, which probably would suck a lot more. They're putting up cameras too, so if you drive in the bus lane with a car, you're gonna get a ticket. Oh great, I got a phone call coming in. Let's get rid of this bike and go to Five Guys, yeah? I gotta find a bike stand. I just realized I'm on an electric bike. I don't need a bike stand. I can just ditch this bike anywhere I want. So let's go find a bike. You know, there's like these little racks here are fine. I'll go up and ditch this bike right by Five Guys. Also means it'll probably be there when I finish my burger and I can use it to get home. Cool. So we just ditch these bikes by detaching the lock and reattaching it. All good. Our rental has ended. Ride ended. All right, let's get a burger. Okay, we want a little hamburger with ketchup. That's it. And we want a little fry. And we want a regular drink. Because it can refill, so why pay for a large? Alright, let's eat. Alright, so much for this biking stuff. Let's just take the subway back home. You know, if there's 2 trains in the station, one should be mine. I gotta run. Gotta transfer a bit. Get onto another train. Crowded. Gotta find an empty car. Okay, come back up into our neighborhood. Gonna grab a scooter, grab a bike, and get off the system. And we're back on a bike. Yep, last mile transportation in effect. Subway only takes you so far, that last mile, bike, scooter, or just walk. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching me go get a hamburger today. No, it wasn't the most exciting thing in the world, but some days are like that. Hope you all have a good weekend. I'll be out tonight trying to take pictures of the aurora. Maybe you'll see those, maybe you won't. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.